Hi guys, welcome to the Circle of Life Tarot. This is Aditi, and you're here because you're doing the beginner's course in tarot. So today I'm going to tell you very briefly. I struggled with this when I learned the tarot because um, I was not understanding how to, treat my tarot deck, how to keep it, how to shuffle it. There are so many ways to shuffle it. What is the right way of shuffling it? So this is something that I would want you to, start handling your deck, familiarize yourself with it, see how it fits in your hand, which way of shuffling suits you, what is the intent that you're going to say every time you start a reading. The intent is the wish or the prayer that you do to ground yourself and to ask your angels or your guides to be with you during the reading. How are you going to pull the cards out? So there are many different ways, but again with tarot it is all about your intuition and how you feel most comfortable and the right way to go about it. There is no right or wrong in tarot as far as how you shuffle your cards. It is all about your intuition. All right. So as soon as you get your tarot deck, for everyone who is doing the course with me, I would suggest that you quickly, you don't get into doing 1 card, 2 card, 3 card readings. Give yourself the 10 days to get all the information, the 2 weeks to get all the information, and then as we ask you to practice is how you go ahead with your reading. All right, so you've got now your tarot deck, you've opened it, the Rider Waite. If you ordered the one with the booklet, go through the booklet. You can refer to it for sure. Very nice descriptions given there. If you've got one without the booklet, then what you need to do is once you get the tarot deck, start connecting with it. You can speak to it, you can ask it questions, you can generally hold it and meditate, keep it at your bedside. I want you to start connecting with your tarot deck. I know some excellent tarot readers who have just one tarot deck for years and years and years, and because they have connected so well with the tarot deck, there's the tarot cards pick up their intuitions, their vibes, the energies, and they come up with perfect reading. So it all depends on you. So you have your tarot deck now. You flip through the cards, have a look at each card. Begin with the symbols PDF that I've sent you. With each card there is a PDF. Sorry, there is a PDF that I've given, and in each card there are various symbols. So you refer to your PDF and see what are the symbols and what they mean in the card. All right. So the Ace of Pentacles, here you have an arch, you have a cloud, you have a hand. So these are the 3 meanings you need to understand. Refer to your notes and see what they mean. All right. So once you know what the different cards are, you can keep the major arcanas on one side, all the suits on one side. From the suits you can remove the court cards and keep them aside. Familiarize with the cards, with the pictures. Do a little exercise where shut your eyes and say, okay, how does the 3 of Pentacles look? How is the 3 of Pentacles card? Or how is the Empress card? So these are the things where you need to learn just by rote, if not rote, but by practice, the name of the card and how the card looks. It's very important that you do that. I would start teaching you with the major arcanas first, some exercises with that, and then we go to the suits, we go to 2 card readings, 3 card readings, and the basic spreads. Journaling is again very encouraged, very important. Make a journal, write your feelings, your thoughts, your intuitions on what you felt when you held your tarot deck. Did you get any messages? Do you feel connected with your tarot deck? How do you feel when you're holding the tarot deck? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel light? Do you feel energized? Just start writing your journey. Then with each card, with the messages that I have sent you, with the symbols and the numerology text that I have sent you, start journaling. Start with the Fool, what are the different, how would you describe the fool when you see the card, irrespective of what tarot tells you to. Make a note of that. Then write the symbols that you see in the fool, what is the meaning of the number 0, and then when the fool card comes into a reading, what are the plus, what are the minuses, and you can start journaling it, which is very very important. If you are making a journal, please do share your pictures with me. I would love to see them. Next question now is, how do you shuffle your cards? I really struggled for a long time to decide how I wanted to shuffle. Initially, I could not do the shuffling how it was done on what I saw with the tarot readers on YouTube. I am still not perfect with it. I don't think I have the finer motor skills to do the magic of shuffling how most tarot readers do. See what suits you. All right. Some tarot readers would, what they want to do is they want to split the deck into two, all right, and then what they do is they just mix the cards and bring them together. Okay, this is one way of shuffling. Split the card into two and bring them together. While shuffling, what they do is they look at the right and the left to get an idea on what is the entire outline of the reading. So, this is one way, is splitting the card into two and shuffling them. All right. The other method that people do is, for those who they hold the deck like this, and this is what they would do. This is one way of shuffling. You need big hands. The cards are longer. So, this is one way of doing it. Practice does make perfect. So, you have to sit with your card and just keep shuffling. If you are watching television or you are listening to music, just hold the card and just shuffle them, because this way even your energies and vibrations go into the cards and it is a way of connecting. So, this is one way of shuffling the cards. All right. The other way that people shuffle is they will just mix the cards. They put them out and they will just move it around on a table. They will mix them and they will bring them back. So, these are a couple of ways in which you can shuffle your cards. There is no right way or wrong way of doing it. You can also shuffle the cards as you would do, as you would shuffle your playing cards, and which is like this. So, there is no right or wrong way of shuffling the cards. You can do it the way you feel comfortable. One important thing that I wanted to talk to you going ahead is reversals. Some people like to read the card only upright. They feel that there are enough cards in the tarot deck for good cards and bad cards. So, they want to read the card only in upright. All right. Some tarot readers would like to read the card upside down, which means that the meaning of the card which was upright is now the opposite or slightly different. In our beginners course, I will give you the positive and the negative meanings of the cards. I am not going to be teaching you reversals, because it totally depends on how you would want to read your cards. So, shuffling also then is, it makes, if you are going to put the cards and just move them around, then you are going to get reversals. So, if in a reading you get a reversal and you are not reading reversals, just flip the card around. Next thing I want to bring to you is, okay, you have a question, and how are you going to pull the cards out? How are you going to set the intent? How are you going to move ahead? So, I have a querent in front of me. Querent is the person who is asking me the question. The question is, what do I need to know about the future of my job? So, first and foremost, what you need to do is, before every reading, is to sage your cards. I have a YouTube video on saging the cards. I will add that link below. You will sage your cards. Saging will clear the energies, any blocked energies from readings, previous readings in the cards, because there is a tendency for the cards to keep pulling out the same, pulling out the same cards over and over again. So if you are asking the same questions to the deck again and again, the similar cards keep showing up, that means that the energy is stuck into it and you need to cleanse your deck. So your querent is asking you, what do I need to know about the future of my job? You will cleanse your cards, then you will set your intentions. You can say what you want to say. If you are a believer of angels, if you're a believer of divine, if you're a believer of God, Allah, Ishwar, whatever. What I normally do is, what I say is, Archangel Michael, my guardian angels and the universe, Holy Spirit and the divine, please give us exact messages which are in the highest good for my friend. Maybe it's John who's asking me, for my friend John. What do we need to know about the future of his current job? Thank you. So this is what I do. Then I will start shuffling the cards. At this time, you shuffle the cards the way you want to. What shuffling does is it puts the energies into the cards. All right. So what do we need to know about John's future in his job? What do we need to know about John's future in his current job? What do we need to know about John's future in his current job? What do we need to know about John's future in his current job? You will actually, when you keep practicing, I did not believe this when I was seeing this or when I read it, but you will intuitively know when to stop shuffling. There are times where I don't feel ready and I'm like shuffling for 8, 9, 10 times, and there are times when I will shuffle it twice and I'll be ready. All right. So now if you feel that you're ready, you will cut the deck into 3. All right. And then this will be the overall energy of the reading. And then if you are doing a 3-card spread, you will pull out card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and you will go ahead with the reading. If there is some confusion on the storyline not matching, then you can always, pull out more cards. This is one way of doing it. The second way of doing it is, you set your intention, you pray to your gods, you invite the divine to be with you with your reading. Most people, some people what they do is they will start shuffling the card and they will wait for a jumper card. Now, what is a jumper card is, as you are shuffling, there will be one card that will either, sorry, I don't think you can hear me. As you are shuffling, there will be one card that will flip over or flip out on its own, which most tarot readers feel is the one that God wanted to, or the divine wanted you to have. Okay, so we have one card that flipped out, we had 2 cards, second card that flipped out, and we had the third card that flipped out. So then these are the 3 cards that are a part of his John's reading. So these are the 2 ways, second way of doing it. The third way is, you set your intention, you shuffle your card and you spread. Whoa, let me try doing this correctly for you guys. All right, you need a silky smooth cloth to do this, but let's try this. You then need to spread the cards like this. Either you can pick the card up or you can ask the querent to choose a card. So intuitively they will pick 3 cards and they will give it to you. So these are the 3 different ways that I think you can begin with doing a reading. If this is a reading where the querent is in front of you, you can light some candles, you can light some essence, you can have some crystals. Normally when I do a reading, I like to hold some crystals in my hand. One is the labradorite, which is a crystal for high intuition. Then I have the amethyst, which is again for intuition. I have the rose quartz, which is for love, and I have the clear quartz, which is again for clarity of thought. And then I have this black crystal, which is the tourmaline, which is to protect you. So every time you are doing a reading, you need to protect yourself. So I normally have this either next to me or holding me, or I just keep it in my lap. This protects me from the negative energies or the energies that I may pull in from the tarot, from the querent. As tarot readers, most of us are intuitive, most of us are empaths, and so it's very important that you protect yourself. After a tarot reading, if you're feeling heavy, if you're feeling drained, if you're feeling tired, which most of us do feel, have a cup of tea or coffee, and very important that you have a bath. A salt water bath is very important to clean yourself and cleanse yourself. Irrespective of you bathing in the morning, it's very important that at night when you before you sleep, take a shower, and in that take a bowl or a mug and add some sea salt or some any kind of salt that you have that's easily available in the market, and you can just put it on yourself and clean yourself, which is very very important. Saging, again, like I said, is important, where you can sage your cards after a reading and yourself and your room. So I hope, guys, this has helped on how to shuffle the cards, on how to pull out the cards, and how to prepare yourself for a reading. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'm just a message away and I will come back to you as soon as possible. This is Aditi signing off for the Circle of Life Tarot. I'm going to see you in your next video. Thank you.